This is the motivation.
Hey, welcome to another exciting episode of JJc2c's Coast to Coast, a podcast that talks about what's important on and off the mats. I got my boys here, Cousin Nat, Fonso. How you guys doing? Niners, gang. We just pulled through. Know your role, bro. Know your role and sit down and let the big boys take place. I'm sorry, guys. What's going on?
Well, we ain't as happy as you. That's apparent, but we're still fucking doing pretty good. Hey, man, I'm just excited to get into some of these news topics, some exciting shit happening. Great night of last night that I can't wait to talk about. Some sad news we're going to go through, but you know what? I hope everybody enjoys the show. What about you, Ant?
Man, actually, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty stoked that the 49ers won. I'm not a 49er fan. I am a Raider fan, I will have to say. But fuck the Cowboys. I hate to say it, so but not really.
Somebody's got to say it, dog.
Someone's got to say it. They got to be sitting at home watching the game, the Super Bowl with me. So, you know, we got
like the rest of us.
Yeah, right? So
yeah,
I'm just glad I'm glad that they didn't pull it off. But yeah, super happy to be here and looking forward to the topics tonight. And yeah, looking forward to talking about all the good and bad stuff going on.
Hey, let's start it off. Let's start it with some breaking news. So some of this you might have heard, some of this you might have not. But this is the first time that we're all about to talk this at once. So let's get this show started. For those of you joining us in the audio world, we're also uploading this to our YouTube channel. So whenever you got some time, click on that link so you can watch the video version of this and the slideshow. Otherwise, hang on, buckle up. It's gonna be a good one here. First up, let's start with the bad news first. I always like to take the bad before we get into the and none other than our I don't even know how to say this, but it's just some bad news for one of the best jiu-jitsu on the planet. Every time you ask everybody, hey, who's on your Mount Rushmore of jiu-jitsu? And this guy's name's always up there. Every time you ask one of the main jiu-jitsu in the game, hey, what's a jiu-jitsu you look up to? Who's someone you studied? This guy is one of the first names that they bring up. And we got some really, really bad news. He just announced this past week on Instagram that he has been diagnosed with stomach cancer. He did not say what stage it is. He did say that he is beginning chemo for the next 3 months. And then once that's over, he will be going through some surgery to remove the tumor that is left. And hey, Marcelo, we're with you, bro. Heart goes out to you. Survive, fight. Beat the shit out of this like you always beat everything else. Gosh, this was so crushing. He's one of my favorite guys, man. One of my favorite jiu-jitsu moments is I remember the first time and the only time that I participated in jiu-jitsu world, I was a blue belt. I lost my first match by advantage. I put in so much time, so much effort. I felt fucking totally worthless. And after my match, I walked up and I saw this guy working a booth and there's nobody around him. And I was like, what the shit? Is that Marcelo? Marcelo, can I take a picture with you? He's like, my friend, let's go. And he took this picture with me. And after that, everything was good. I got some acai. I don't know if you can see that right in the background right there, but that's an acai booth. I got some awesome acai and I got this awesome pic. And ever since then, man, I've been a Marcelo fan. I was a Marcelo fan way before this, but dude, we're with you, man. And we just want to see you pull through this, bro, just because you deserve it, because of so much heart and effort and how much you've propelled our game. This is the super bad news. This is like your best friend getting it. So I don't know. Thoughts? Anything you guys want to add to this, guys, before we move on?
Yeah, I just want to say, it's always tough, man. And his family, I hope they're optimistic, they're helping out. My heart goes out to them because it's a tough thing to battle and to go through with a family member. It's trying times, man. So, my heart goes out to the family.
Yeah, definitely, man. Cancer is definitely one of those things that really is impactful. I lost my mom to it, and Actually, I can't even say I lost my mom to it. I lost my mom to the side effects of the treatment for cancer. So, with this, it's sad to hear. I mean, I remember the first time I even heard about him was from Frankie, early on and learning about jiu-jitsu. Frankie was, talking about him and, explaining the different techniques that he was doing and stuff like that. He's a little guy and, was doing great things. And so, I remember hearing about him early on from Frank. And so, but hearing that he has cancer, it's horrible. You start thinking about the whole, cancer situation. He's going to be going through chemo, and hopefully that takes care of it, and he doesn't have any issues. But it's just, even the treatments are so hard. I mean, you're basically killing your body just to get rid of another something else that's killing your body. So it's a tough thing. My heart goes out. Prayers go out to the family, to him. I hope he has a speedy recovery, and hopefully it's completely different than my experience with my mom, and he comes back and is strong, and we see him and do great things, man. So yeah, really, really sad news on that one.
Yeah, for sure, man. Cancer, we always lose about cancer defeating people, but you know what? It's about time we hear somebody beating cancer. So Marcelo, we're pulling for you, and it's your turn, my man. So next story. We talked a little bit about this last week. We talked about Francis Ngannou leaving UFC and what were the repercussions and whether he's going crazy and thinking he's worth more than he really thinks he is. But hey, Tyson Fury is already chomping at the bit, and he responded to Ngannou's call, and he came out with this response. So I don't know if one of you guys wants to read this, but check that shit out. Can you guys see that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Go for that, Fonso. What you think?
It says, Francis Ngannou, I know you're out of contract with the UFC. Fury said when speaking to, I can't read that name's kind of blocked
Radio
off.
Raheem.
Okay. You want to earn big boy money? Come see the Gypsy King and let's do this big. Let's fight for the baddest motherfucker. Right.
One more big after that, Fonso. Let's do a big fight.
For the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Sorry. You got the little logo covering up that.
Yeah.
Let's kick it up. Branding, Fonso. Got to get our brand out there.
Let's kick it up spicy in the cage. 4-ounce gloves under Queensberry rules.
Bro, not lick it.
Let's have a badass referee like Iron Mike Tyson. I just sell out the world. So, dude, this is a fucking badass announcement. Like,
hey, it's so badass.
4-ounce gloves. 4-ounce gloves. That, to me, that's gonna be the biggest factor in this fight. Like, it's not a normal boxing match. It's different. This is gonna make this is completely different from Mayweather versus Conor. Like, this is completely different. You got two big ass.
What this is like? You know what this is like? This is like fucking playing Russian roulette, dude. This is like, I put a bullet in. Let's go. You want to play this game? You think you're the baddest motherfucker? I'm the Gypsy King. Come get this. I don't know. Dude, it's like extreme to that max, to the fact that, I mean, he's like putting all the chips on the table, and he's pushing it to the farthest he can. There's no way no one's going to agree to this. There's no way there's no athletic commission on the planet that's going to agree to this. But shout out, kudos to Tyson Fury to pushing it as far as he can. If he can get half of the shit that he's asking for, hey, we all win as fans. And this is what I'm talking about, bro. The baddest man on the planet has always been the heavyweight champ of the world in boxing. Why? Because boxing's been around more than MMA, and MMA is just starting to make its way up. And the baddest man in MMA has and is been the heavyweight champ as well. So why not? Let's mix both of those two worlds up. I'm not saying that Francis is gonna outbox Tyson Fury, but it is worth my time, worth my data, worth my money to watch that shit. I mean, I fucking watch crazy shit all the time. They're always throwing crazy crap down our throats. Why not give us what we want? What do you guys think about this? Are you down or no? You paying for the pay-per-view?
Well, first off, I got a question for Alfonso on this one. So you keep saying 4-ounce gloves and all these things are thrown out, but for all our listeners that don't know, what is that? What can you explain that a little bit on what that means? Like, what's the difference? Kind of why is it so big? Why is that so crazy?
Well, yeah, good question, Ant. So traditional boxing gloves are what? 15 ounces? Am I right?
I'm looking at it up right now, and typical standard boxing glove weights are
Yeah.
12, 14, and 16 ounces.
Right.
So this
So
is like 25% of what they're talking about.
yeah.
Okay,
So
and
when
the UFC MMA gloves are what, 3?
I think they're 4.
no, I think they're 4.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they would be the same size as traditional MMA glove.
Okay.
They might. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna use like the UFC glove, open fingers. Probably not. What they'll have is like a closed glove, but just as small, just as the same weight as a
UFC
traditional
uses
MMA
4-ounce
glove.
gloves, guys.
Okay. All right.
So it's significant because with traditional boxing gloves that are like 14 ounces, dude, like you know that the the bulk of the glove allows you to absorb punches, to deflect punches. It really makes up a lot of yard. With a small glove, all that shit is getting through. Like you don't have a whole lot. You got to either pull your palm up like this, and then you can hit those punches.
Do those gloves allow for Tyson Fury's left pinky to be squared out like this when he drinks his tea and he's
If they're open, if
he's gonna outbox Francis all day long, dude, with whichever arm he wants. But I'm down for the payday. I'm down for both of these guys to make a shitload of cash. I'm here to see it, man. Because, like I said, 2 baddest men on the planet. Who does not want to see that? Right? All Francis has to do is land 1 punch.
Hey, wait. Hold on, Frank. Ant doesn't seem too convinced. He's just like, I don't want to watch. Like, well, why are you being such a Debbie Downer on this one, Ant?
Because didn't you pay for all of Logan Paul's pay-per-view boxing matches? What?
No. And that's why I don't want to see this. No. You know what? I don't know. I'm not real impressed with Ngannou and his like things. Like he's got power. Don't get me wrong. He's got fucking power. And when he puts it on you, like when he lands that shot, yeah, your head will fucking bounce like a Pez dispenser. But when you're going up against a boxer who's gonna jab the shit out of you and he's gonna move like unlike you move in UFC, like a heavyweight will move in UFC. I just feel it's gonna be the same old. You know, I'd like to see a UFC fighter who has a huge boxing background fight a boxer. Then I'm like, okay, well at least it's something. But I'm gonna go and pay to watch weights, whatever, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds for this one hit that could or could not. Because who's to say that the other guy he can't take a punch? I mean, he's obviously a boxer. He obviously can take a punch. So to be where he's at, so I don't know. I'm not too thrilled. I'm not too crazy about it.
Okay.
So that's my thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I mean, yeah, and you're right. Because that could legitimately, right? That's probably one of the likeliest outcomes, right, out of this match. Like Tyson Fury just decides to just pick his shots, outbox, not really take a whole lot of risk.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
The only thing
when McGregor fought what's his name?
Mayweather.
When he fought him, it was a little more like, okay, he can throw a lot of jabs. Well, so can McGregor throw a lot of jabs, so and he can move around, and so it was a little more like there was a chance. Yeah, a little more competitive, a little more of a
Okay. Yeah. I mean, with Ngannou though, like the reason I really like this matchup, and especially the whole 4-ounce gloves thing, is because if you're using 4-ounce gloves, it gives Ngannou a chance. He's used to fighting gloves. Tyson Fury isn't. You know what I mean? And if if Tyson is using that as a way to kind of like control the fight, well, now he doesn't have that advantage anymore. And one of those big power shots could come through and actually connect with Tyson Fury, which could make it, a more competitive fight. That's the only reason I'm really excited about that. Did we lose Ant?
Yeah, I think we did.
All right. Did you have anything else to say, Frank?
No, I'm
Hopefully he
just
comes
thinking
back.
like exactly what you said. I think that by using a lighter glove, it's going to give Francis more of an opportunity, more chances to impose his game, impose his will in a fight that otherwise
Right.
he probably would be outclassed in. Because obviously Tyson's a better boxer. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in the end, like 4-ounce gloves. This is almost like, hey, let's do a jiu-jitsu match, and I'm gonna tie an arm behind my back or some kind of like that. He's trying to entice us, the audience, and thinking, hey, this is gonna be a closer fight than you think. But just because Francis got that power, and now that they're gonna be, hopefully they use these gloves. But who knows? Like I said, what commission is gonna agree to do this? I don't know.
Right.
No matter what, in the end, we win as fans if we get this. So, next story. Ready, Fonso?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Next story. Gordon Ryan signs exclusive deal with Flograppling. All right, next story. Jiu-Jitsu World. Gordon Ryan has signed an exclusive deal with Flograppling. It is reportedly a 7-figure deal, multi-fight deal. I don't know how many fights that's going to be, but he's saying that now he is expecting to earn 7 figures in just competition alone. So that means he's going to make over $1 million. Like, cause that's that's 7 figures, right? Like 1 mil makes 7 figures, right?
I don't, is it? No.
Yeah. There's 6 zeros in $1 million plus the 1. That's 7 figures.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
he's saying that he's going to make more than $1 million in just competition alone. He's saying, I'm not going to have to teach any classes. I'm not going to have to do any DVDs. I don't have to do any instructionals. I don't have to do any seminars. All I got to do is compete. So I'm basically going to get paid to be a professional athlete. Now, the details have not said whether or not that's an exclusive deal. I know we reported not too long ago that he signed a deal with UFC Fightpass. So I don't know if that's going to void that deal. I don't know if that's cool. Fonso, you were talking about independent
Contractor
last week, meaning that he could fight wherever he wanted. But that has not been stated as of yet. So as of right now, he's saying that if he continues doing what he's doing, just competing and putting out his own instructionals, he's going to make over 10 mil a year this year. Easy, he says.
Fuck. So he signed, you said, with Flograppling?
Yeah.
Okay. So so he can just compete in any tournament he wants and they'll pay him for that? Is that the way that works?
I don't know. I don't know if that means he's going to fight for Flograppling's exclusive super fight series called Who's Number One. It kind of sounds like that's the direction they're going towards, where he's probably just going to be doing 2 or 3 super fights a year, and they're going to pay him $1 million for 3 or 4 matches a year. I don't know if that means he also gets to compete for them and Fight Pass at the same time. And maybe that's how he's planning on making this 6-7 figure deal. But who knows? It sounds all good for him. It's all good for jiu-jitsu. If he can make 7 figures and then the next guy can make 5 figures or whatever, you know what I mean? Just underneath. Right. If the bottom income bracket or whatever you want to call it for jiu-jitsu athletes just keeps getting raised, and that's better for everybody else that's just coming down the path. So kudos to Gordon. I know he gets a lot of hate, but hey, he's well worth it. He's by far the most explosive, the highest, the most wanted to watch athlete in the jiu-jitsu scene right now. No gi, let's put that out there. But for sure, this is big time. So yeah. Next story, Fonso. Yeah, it's super dope. Speaking of UFC Fight Pass, ADCC. Oh, who do we have here? Welcome to the Jiu-Jitsu neighborhood, cuz.
Sorry about that. We
That's
had
all
some
good.
technical
It's all
difficulties.
good. We just finished talking about Gordon signing his exclusive deal with Flow. He's saying he's going to make over $1 million from just competing. We don't know if that means he's only going to fight for Flow, because we also know that he just signed a deal with UFC Fight Pass not too long ago. I know he has a match coming up with Mason on Fight Pass. I think like March or something like that, April. So they're probably allowing him to do a little bit of both. But this is just going to make him richer. This is going to give us more video to watch. And we win as fans. What do you think, cuz?
Hell yeah, no, I think this is great. He gives him, with all this money and everything, it gives him more time to train and compete. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about anything. He could just pretty much wake up, do his training, his workouts, whatever. He has no worries. He can just focus on the game. So I'm freaking stoked.
Yeah, he's saying he's not going to have to teach class. He's not going to have to do any seminars. He doesn't have to do anything anymore. Just compete. So shout out to Gordon. And we're going to stay on the jiu-jitsu theme. And I don't know if you heard this, cuz, but ADCC just signed an exclusive deal with UFC Fightpass. A lot of people were pissed with the presentation, with the schedules, and they kind of blamed Flograppling. And now they're moving up to the majors. They're moving up big time, and they got UFC Fight Pass. You know the production value. You know what that means. Fonso, you're not a big jiu-jitsu fan. You didn't get to watch a lot of ADCC 2022, but what do you associate UFC Fight Pass with, as far as you know right now? Like, do you expect late start times? Do you expect gaps where you're like, oh, when's the fight gonna start? Why am I watching this blank screen right now? Is that what you're expecting out of a Fight Pass?
Nope. No, everything runs in a tight ship. There's a schedule. Fucking people follow it. You expect to have good cards on that platform, and it's generally when we used to watch fights. I haven't watched Fight Pass in a while, but a couple years ago when I did subscribe to it and I would watch it, dude, it was legit. Like there was some good cards. There was competitive fights going on, and they do a general good job of managing the content. So that's what I imagine that anything would on this platform would be like.
Yeah, for sure, man. This is a step up in the game, and I'm glad they made this decision to sign with UFC Fight Pass. It's only going to get better from here. So shout out to Mo. It looks like we're going to get to watch all the ADCC trials. We're also going to get all the ADCC open tournaments. So that's like, we get to watch the A-level ADCC tournaments, but we get to watch the minor leagues as ADCC as well. So we're really going to get to watch our sport grow. So next story, gentlemen, UFC 283. Did you guys get to watch this show last night? Did you listeners out there get to watch this show? I did not think that this card was going to be this good, but did it deliver or not, gentlemen?
It delivered, fool. It was amazing.
Oh, heck yes. Cousin Ant, why don't you kick us off? What were your final impressions on the overall show?
You know what? To be honest with you, after the Moreno fight, I was pretty much almost done with the whole thing. I kind of even forgot about the main event. But I did stick around and watch it, and I'm glad I did. It was a slugfest, and oh my god, wow! Like I can't believe Hill didn't like knock him out with the first 3 head kicks that he did on him. It was nuts. I could not. Yeah. Go, yeah.
We'll get to that. All right, Fonso, should we just start with the opening card, the opening fight of the main event, the pay-per-view?
Yeah, let's do that, man.
All right, let's do it. So the opening fight of the pay-per-view, Fonso, break it down for us, bro.
We had Paul Craig going up against Johnny Walker. I don't know what I expected in this fight. Both those fighters, I mean, I've seen a few of their fights, so I was kind of sitting waiting what it was going to be like, but I was so fucking impressed with Johnny Walker.
Before we even get into the fight, let's talk about how both of these guys entered the fight. Like, I almost feel like both these guys were on different paths, because Paul Craig had been experiencing a lot of wins. a loss here and there, but he was like a overall positive. If he was a stock on the stock exchange, he would be progressing to the positive. And Johnny Walker would be like GameStop. Like he's fucking down here in the red. No one expects shit out of him. But what ended up happening? Cuz, did you see this fight?
Actually, I walked in right at the end at the decision of this one. Yeah, so I didn't get to watch this fight.
Set the table, bro. Set the table, because what happened?
Dude, it was just a technical beatdown. It was just a beautiful thing. You had
going on right here.
Yeah, just fucking. I don't. Did that move? Okay, so he caught his leg right in one of those exchanges.
It was like a right body kick. Paul Craig catches it, and what happens?
And then he just proceeds to fucking just like one arm just like hooks to the face. Times drops Paul Craig. Paul Craig for some reason decides to keep on holding on to the leg. So
why did he just let go of that single leg, bro?
He should have let go after the first punch landed when they were still standing up.
Yeah, like right
you
here.
You know what I mean?
Right here. He should have let go. He caught that straight right. He should have let go and maybe worked a duck under, worked to take the back. I don't know. It was all bad. Fucking Johnny Walker just starts throwing them right hands. Paul Craig made it super easy for him. Ended in TKO round 1. So Johnny Walker back in the W column. What a way to start the pay-per-view.
Those hammer fists were just devastating.
Oh, they were bad, dude. They were bad. He's gonna be out for a little while. I'm sure he got a concussion, right?
Yeah, if he didn't, he's got a blockhead, but I don't know.
Yeah. Because did you get to watch this fight?
Oh this is where I started watching. Yeah.
This is Lauren Murphy taking on Jessica Andrade. And like right off the bat, I mean, I didn't do any research, but if you were like to put a gun to my head and be like, who's gonna win this fight? I'm like, bro, you don't even gotta put a gun to my head. It's gonna be Jessica Andrade all day. But I was listening to a podcast, and a lot of people were going with Lauren Murphy, and I'm like,
what? I think that was because of her last fight. Her last fight when she was, I think she was ranked number 9, and then she fought number 5 or something like that.
Maybe because, but in this case, I almost feel like this is fake news being shoved down our throat when we know better. And we should be like, hey, take that fake news and shove it straight up your candy ass, motherfuckers. Because we already know Jessica Andrade all day. And that's what ended up happening. Check out these picks. What happened? Like, how did it last 2 rounds or 3 rounds?
No, this 3. We went all the way to the decision.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. This was a beat down city from the get-go. It's like, who ate all the strawberries? Lauren Murphy.
Yeah. She was so stiff. So stiff. She didn't move at all. And she was just getting just picked off for 3 freaking rounds, just taken in the face. It was just bad.
It's almost like someone put a free spray on Lauren Murphy and she was like, what's happening?
Yeah. She was very stiff, man. It was hard to watch.
Even her takedown attempts were horrible. Like she would go in and kneel right in front of her and then stop and then get back up and then just get hit in the face, multiple times until she would decide to do that again.
Like it's one thing for someone to be a step behind, but she was like multiple steps behind. What were you gonna say, Fonso? I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I was just gonna say, like, it was such a bad beatdown that I kept on wondering, like, when are they gonna stop this? Is a fucking corner gonna throw in the towel? Is a ref gonna step in? Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't keep taking all these shots. Like, it was just nonstop.
Even the announcer, I think the announcer said that at one point, like in the second round, they're like, I think he's gonna stop it. He looks like he's gonna go in there and stop it, but then he doesn't. Yeah,
he was like,
it was just horrible.
Yeah.
I think John Cross was in the back, and he was like, "Hey, I picked the over on this. Make sure she goes, dog."
Yeah, dude, this was a bad match for Lauren.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. All right, next fight, gentlemen. Fonso, what up? What'd you think about this?
Oh my god, man, this was beautiful, man. This is Durinho putting on a mask. It was amazing. But I want to hear your thoughts because I know Durinho is your boy, Frank. What are your thoughts about this fight?
Bro, I saw this on the card and I'm like, and I saw the odds and it was, I don't even remember what they were, but it was a little closer than I thought. Like, I was like, oh, you guys are super disrespecting my boy right now. I was like so confident in Durinho finishing this that I was like, this is like Alex Pereira versus Sean Strickland. Like, he's just gonna fucking mop the floor with this fool. Like, he's got nothing for him, dude. Like, Magny's got a gas tank. What else does he got? He can take a punch. He's got long arms. He's got long legs. That was it, dude. And Gilbert was pissed. Gilbert's pissed because he's like, yo, how did Bilal pass me up when I haven't, like, I fought Makhachev. No one else wanted to fight him. I took him to decision. But other than that, what's up? Why did he leapfrog me? Fuck that. Put me back in the mix and I'm going to show y'all. I'm putting everybody on blast. And I loved his performance in the cage. I love his interview afterwards. We'll get to that in a little bit. What did you guys think about his performance?
Oh, dominated this freaking fight. I mean, it was done. I mean, he didn't even break a sweat. It was that bad. It was that bad. I was just like, it's over. It's done. I mean, he set him up in the beginning. As soon as he got to the floor, it was just like a puzzle. He was just putting piece by piece by piece together until he had the submission. It was just like, here it comes. Oh, yep, I can see what he's doing now. Oh, yep, here it comes. Yep, that's going over there. Yeah, there he goes. He's done. It was just so, I mean, he dominated that.
Yeah. Neil Magny had no answer for this, and you're right, Frank, man. This is disrespectful. I mean, and it just, you could tell, like, Durinho's like classes above Neil Magny, and put this match together. I have no idea why they did it. Like, what's the purpose of this match? Are they really thinking Neil Magny could put up a fight to at least, like, be competitive against Durinho? I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of this fight was, but it just made Gilbert Burns look 12th, I think. Magny's ranked 12. Yeah, Gilbert Burns is ranked number 5, I think. It's like,
and they just were just thinking, just give this guy a chance. Like, hey, let's,
I don't know, man. But you know what?
Like more of a scheduling kind of deal. Like they just couldn't get anybody else.
He was already in Brazil. And was like, hey, you want to fight?
I'm around the corner. What's up? Put me in, coach.
But yeah, you're right, Frank. It made Gilbert Burns look good, and it gave fans, the ones who were watching, like another just another example of how good he actually is. You know what I mean? So hopefully this make another run at the belt, because I would love to see him, take on Khamzat again. Right.
But you know what? I don't know. I think it was so quick and he was so dominant that it wasn't even like, it didn't even make him look good. It just like, it made that guy look ridiculous. Like what are you doing? Like, why are you here? I like, bring in Murphy to come in here and do something, just like, it was just, Gilbert was that dominant over this guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what someone at that level is supposed to do to someone at that level. Like, when people, like, most of the time people get Magny in there and he's in there 3 rounds, easy. But he didn't. He's like, fuck that. I'm gonna be out of here in 2 rounds. And he was even faster. Put him out in 1, because that's what a fucking champ's supposed to do. So I'm super impressed. I want to see more. I'm glad that he got on the mic and spoke up and was like, hey, Colby, get your fucking ass out here. Everyone wants to see you scrap. I'm here. So let's go.
That's going to be a fight.
I'd rather see Colby scrap with Khamzat, and I'd rather see Bilal and fucking Gilbert. I think that would be a fucking fight. And then the winner of that gets the winner of Usman and Edwards. I think that would be I think that's a good little tournament right there.
Yeah. I'll second that.
That's I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Dana, if you're listening, we got some requests.
I know you got some bad press, Dana, but hire us. Yo, just saying.
Speaking of Dana, he wasn't in there last night, right?
Yeah, Dana's for sure listening.
After last week's episode, he is.
Yeah.
He had his little slap going last week. Everyone's hating on that shit, but I didn't put anything in the show for this week. But if you guys want to talk about that later, we can get into that. Co-main event, bros. Tijuana's finest, Brandon Moreno taking on Davison Figueiredo, part 4. Yo, what'd you guys think about the lead up to this?
Man,
Davison
it
talking
was
that shit.
whew.
Brandon taking a back seat, letting shit happen, just being cool, composed, all the way up. Hey, actions speak louder than words, no?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He dominated him too. Bad.
Yeah, he outstruck him, he out wrestled him, he out grappled him. He controlled him from the top. You know, had that control time, if you want to say. He dropped him. What was in the 3rd round with a left?
Yeah,
like a left hook. And then as he threw that left hook, I think he like used the right hand to create a little bit of space and pushed on his forehead. And people thought that he might have poked him in the eye, which total trash for sure. Once you saw the replay, you know, that was definite punch, definite, just accumulation of blows, eventually causing a lot of swelling and bleeding, causing him to lose vision in that eye. But hey, doctor stoppage, Brandon Moreno, undisputed.
Yeah.
I don't at this moment, it's fucking done. You don't gotta run it back. What'd you guys think about Brandon's performance?
I thought he dominated, man. I thought he was like supreme out there. He had no answers for anything he had. I mean, he just Figueroa looked like he was just sitting there waiting for a response. He wasn't being the aggressor at all. He wasn't anything that he tried to do. Moreno had an answer for him. And like even I mean, what was up with him grabbing onto the fence like multiple times when he was on the ground? Like, why wasn't Herb saying anything or calling anything on that? I just thought that was they should have said something. And then what do you guys think about the kick, the heel hook? Not heel hook, but when they were on the ground and
yeah. I forgot about that.
Was that illegal or like
It was illegal. It was an illegal. Yeah, it was an illegal kick. You're right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was. Because he was a downed opponent. He shouldn't have hit him in the head. Yeah, that's true.
Like that on top of grabbing the cage multiple times and pulling yourself, like what Herb Dean wasn't doing shit. So I mean, but even so, I felt Moreno he dominated on like all parts of this. Like even if he hadn't hit him in his left with his left, but the thumb of his fist did hit him in the eye. Okay, but even with that, calling it, he was dominant. He had won all three rounds to begin with. Before that, there was no way Figueroa was gonna win that unless he knocked him out, and that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure. He needed a finish, and he had up until that point. He showed nothing that he was gonna be able to finish him, that he was gonna be able to push the pace. That he didn't show that he was hurting Brandon at all. So I felt like Brandon was never in trouble at all for any second throughout the entire fight.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, man, it's crazy though because like I saw Brandon threw those fucking leaping hooks a couple times, and like one of the ones he missed big. I'm like, why the fuck he keeps on doing that?
Yeah, he was reaching
like,
for that.
Yeah, and then when he finally landed, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I guess it works. I'll shut up. You know what I mean? That's why.
I think the only time I was really nervous for Moreno was when he had that Figueroa had the heel when he was going for that heel hook.
Oh yeah.
Round.
Yeah.
A little nervous, like, ooh, I hope he can get out of this. But he would stay stay with his composure, and he worked his leg out of there. But even he said after the press conference, it did. It did affect his knee a little bit, but we don't know how bad.
Yeah, not enough to make him fucking not want that belt. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
or have to run out of there, get a fight right then and there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's right. Did you see him laughing when they were throwing all that shit on the beer and all that crap?
Oh yeah.
Doing beer bottles and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Spicy fans down there. Spicy fans.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that brings us to the main event, gentlemen. Main event, Fonso.
Ooh, man, this is another. That's another hard one to watch.
In an ass-kicking contest or not? Almost right.
Oh man, I felt so bad for Glover here.
Dude, look at this pic right here. Look at this right here. Look at his right eyebrow just exploded.
Yeah.
How many power shots? How many hammer fists? How many high kicks? How many elbows? How many body kicks did Glover take? Like, god dang, dude, you're a Frankenstein, bro.
Right?
Yes.
He
there was only a couple
extra eyes. He had 2 extra eyes on both sides. Oh man.
Yeah. It looked like it after that, man.
There was only like one time in the whole fight that I felt like Glover might have a chance, and that's when he got that mouse under Hill's right eye. That was the only time that I felt that he had any chance in this fight.
I saw a video of Jamal Hill. I think it was in between rounds 4 and 5, and he was sitting on the stool, and his cornerman had a sponge and pressed it on his head and squished all the water out, and it just looked like blood was draining down his face, dude. I don't know where the fuck that cut came from, but he must have had multiple cuts in his head. So we can't see where it was, but Glover was definitely landing some big shots.
Oh, yeah.
Glover was there from round 1 to round 5, taking a whooping and passing it out, but Jamal's just too young, dude. He's just that young dog. And I heard that fucking Glover went to the hospital afterwards and they did an x-ray, dog. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
They found out that Glover's got them motherfucking dogs in him.
Damn, that's how you won't quit.
Motherfucker, dude. He will not quit, dog. He did not quit, man.
I felt like Hill was like Apollo Creed in Rocky when he was like, this guy won't go down. This guy's a machine. Because like the 4th or 5th round, you just see Hill like, what the fuck, man? Like, this guy's not going down. I threw everything at him. He's not going down.
Yeah, it was a crazy fight, man. It was a one-sided ass whooping for sure.
Oh yeah.
I thought at some point Hill would punch himself out, and then maybe somehow, Glover would come back and then and just capitalize on that. But nothing.
Yeah, when Glover took him down, I thought like, okay, yeah, he got him tired. He's gonna take him down. He's gonna submit him. But then, like, did you see him? Like, did you see him like reversing? And
that was beautiful. Yeah, that was beautiful.
I was like, he's done. He's done.
This is another one that I would have wished that the ref or the doctors or the coroner would have stopped it earlier, man. When they were checking those cuts, I thought they were gonna stop it at that point.
Yeah, me too.
Too, man. Yeah, I wouldn't have complained for sure, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think's next for Jamal? Who do you think he should face next?
Shit.
Mike Tyson.
Who's Mike Tyson? Who are the top 5 right now? He's 205, right?
Yeah, he's 205 light heavyweight division. Let's look up the rankings right.
So it's not what's his name? Oh fuck, what's his name? Guy who's coming back.
Yuri's on the
Jones is up in the heavyweight now,
right now. What's that?
So Jones, he's up in heavyweight now, right?
Yeah, he's in heavyweight now. Yeah, he's in heavyweight.
Because I'd like to see that fight.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, so
number 1 is Yuri. Number 2, Glover. Number 3, Magomed Ankalaev. Number 4, Jan. And then number 5, Alexander Rakic. So Yuri's on the
he already
shelf.
beat the number 2. So yeah,
Glover
I guess
just
the
lost.
next one would be
Probably Ankalaev, I would imagine, until Yuri gets, ready. Paul Craig just lost.
What if Alex Pereira moves up and fights?
Have you been seeing those posts of Alex eyeballing him though?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, that's what they're saying, at least,
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. Because Alex is a little too small for that division. I mean, a little big for that division. If he moves up,
I think he wanted to go there just to fucking beat Adesanya.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you guys even heard anything about Adesanya since he lost?
No, I haven't.
I haven't heard
Heard-
anything about him.
I heard he changed his name.
I heard,
I saw he
I
got a
heard he changed
tattoo
his
recently. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Other than that, who knows what's going on? But yeah, that's a shakeup to the division for sure. It's going to make a lot of interesting matchups down the road. Can't wait to see what happens. I'm not really looking forward to an Ankalaev Jamal Hill matchup, honestly. And I'm counting the days till Yuri comes back. And I think Yuri, if Yuri can fully recover from that shoulder injury, I see him having no problem putting Jamal Hill out.
Right. Hey, and then the other thing is Glover retired, right?
Yes,
he announced his retirement.
He's done now.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's been at it for a while, man. I remember there was like a Tachi Palace fights that you, me, and Eddie were supposed to go to that he was supposed to fight at. And he didn't come out because of a visa issue. So that fool's been fine for a minute, man. So shout out to him. Thanks for all the memories, bro. And you were a dog for show.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, speaking of dogs, that's the last story. I want to talk about a blog that I just posted on our website. If you guys got some time, go check it out. Our website is JJc2c.net. Go up to the top of the page, click on blog, and you'll see our latest blog titled Francis Ngannou Departs UFC, the rise and fall of a heavyweight contender. Just one more take on the whole fiasco thing there. And if you notice here at the bottom of the right-hand corner, that's that little microphone icon that we always keep talking about. If you click on that little microphone icon, it will take you to a page where you can leave us a voice message, where you can let us know, hey, can you try to interview the so-and-so? Can you do a story and do some research on this? We would love to hear your take on that, and we will gladly put that on the next episode or as soon as we can. Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
That's right. So if you do that, we'll play your voicemail on air if you give us permission, like this person did here. So we have a mystery guest. Gentlemen, are you ready to hear this voicemail from a fan out there?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's wrap it. All right, here we go. This is how we're going to end the show. Fan mail 1.0.
Fonso, you son of a bitch. I'm just calling in to tell your listeners about the wild weekend me and your boy Fonso here just had in Guadalajara. Fonso, you son of a bitch. I'm just calling in to tell your listeners about the wild weekend me and your boy Fonso here just had in Guadalajara. It was an awesome weekend, wasn't it, Fonso, man? We were just looking for a good time. We found some rooster fights, started chilling, had some delicious carnitas, and just as we were about to enjoy our meal, we heard a wild, crazy commotion outside. Before we knew it,
Fonso's
found out Sinaloa cartel was looking for me and Fonso. I don't even know why, but we knew we had to act fast. So we jumped up, grabbed the nearest they got their lights, and jumped in a taxi and headed straight for the border. Eventually, we made it. And just when we thought we were safe, guess who freaking pulled up? Remember, Fonso? Juarez Cartel. They wanted us to be some heroin deals for them. We agreed. Remember, Fonso? Me and Fonso became boys after that. Eventually, out alive, but it was a super close call. We'll never forget that night and the dangers we faced. We'll also, never forget to always keep an eye out for danger. Hey, before I cut out, Fonso, awesome weekend. Can't wait for the next one, bro. But lesson learned. Never trust those taco de canasta chicks. They're not chicks, right, Fonso? Oh, well.
That's right, Rick Sanchez. That's right, Rick Sanchez.
Fonso, never trust your eyes, bro. Don't trust your eyes.
Hey, they got some good ass tacos, though. They got some good ass tacos.
Like my dad says, like my dad always says, nothing in this life is free. There's always a price to pay. Lesson learned. The more you know, Jujiteros. Cousin that, Fonso, you guys got anything for everybody out there as we wrap this up?
Nah, I just hope everyone has a good week and enjoyed them fights. And we'll be back pretty soon with some more news. And stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah, thanks, cuz, for having me out again. It was great talking over the fights and all that. Especially love that guest speaker. Man, yes, that definitely put a smile on my face, and I can't wait for the next one.
Let's see who calls next week. Hey, Jiu-Jitsu, have a fantastic week. We love you. Thank you for listening. Have an awesome week of training. Keep rolling and training, Jiu-Jitsu, and we hope to hear from you soon. Peace.
This is the motivation.